And we now cross over to Mahina Bonzo of Sports First to get the very latest from the 2012 London Olympics.
Thank you very much, Ramesh. Well, MTV, NBC Media Networks, the Champions Network has been covering the London Olympics and bringing you the live visuals from the London Olympics as and when it happens. Now, take a look at disappointing news from the badminton arena today. Tilini Jaisingh, who competed in the women's singles match, suffered defeat in her second group match at the London Olympic badminton arena today, and that was when she was defeated by Terma Santos of Portugal 21-9, 21-11 at the Wembley Arena today. Now, yesterday, if you did remember, Tilini was defeated again by Ratchanok Intanon of Thailand 21-13, 21-5. So with this result, which means that she lost her second match as well, her first match and second match in Group M of the 2012 London Olympic Women's Badminton Singles Group matches. This means that Tilini's hopes for the London 2012 Games has now come to an end. But Sri Lanka still has hopes on another badminton player, and that is Niluka Karunaratne. We have details of his match coming up on Sports Fest tonight.
Well, Mahina, of course, will be joining us later on in the news as well to provide an update on the London 2012 Olympic Games. In more local news, Opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe says that betraying the UNP party faithful in order to gain benefits and positions can never be condoned. However, UNP activists claim that the public is aware as to who betrayed the party members since 1994 in order to gain benefits and positions.
We will remove anyone who strikes deals with the government and doesn't work with us, be it parliamentarians, members of Pradeshia Sabhas or any other local government body. The General Secretary is carrying out this task. At a time when we are preparing to topple the government, we will reach a decision on what we need to do with individuals who strike deals with the government during the working committee meetings. Meanwhile, according to a release issued by the UNP, the opposition leader had emphasized that stern disciplinary action will be taken against anyone who betrays the party. Up until now, we have not obtained any perks from the government. The people know this. Our beloved UNPers and the rest of the country know who used government privileges to protect their positions. This is an era when people would even change the constitution to protect their positions and titles. This is not what we should be doing. We should first unite the party and lead it to victory in the provincial council polls. 61 parliamentarians left the party because of strict action. Up until now, we have not been able to cancel even one of their seats. This is how far we have fallen. We should not chase people away from the party. We should rally people around it. We should welcome even the beggars into our party instead of asking our members to pay a sum of 20 rupees as membership fee. The release issued by the UNP adds that the party leader has instructed the General Secretary to take disciplinary action against anyone who does not dedicate themselves to party activities during the election period. We should not hold disciplinary inquiries during an election period. We should bring everyone together and hold a disciplinary inquiry against Mahinda Rajapaksa. There is no point of speaking about unity in front of a mic or just smiling in front of people. True unity needs to come from the heart.
The United National Party charges that the government now has to pay a large sum of money to international banks in relation to the hedging deal as a result of failing to implement the Supreme Court verdict on the matter. Speaking at a media briefing today, UNP media spokesperson Gayantha Karunatilaka said that following a verdict issued by a London court recently, the government would now have to pay in excess of $164 million.
Karunatilaka pointed out that when including legal costs and other costs, the sum would exceed $175 million, adding that this additional burden would be placed on the public.
2008 අවුරුද්දේ තීනියාවල පාලිත හාමුදුරුවෝ එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ മന്ത്രിවරු
In 2008, Thinyavana Thera and UNP representatives went to the Supreme Court seeking a reduction in fuel prices. The Supreme Court decreed that petrol should be sold at 100 rupees a litre. A verdict was also issued to suspend payments being made on this corrupt hedging deal. A few days later, the Secretary to the Treasury said that the Cabinet would not approve the sale of petrol at 100 rupees per litre. A grave situation has been created today due to the government's failure to implement court verdicts.
අපේ අධිකරණයෙන් දීපු නියෝගත් ක්‍රියාත්මක නොවන තැනකට ආණ්ඩුව මේ නියෝග වලට පයින් ගැසීම නිසා බරපතල තත්ත්වයක් අද වෙනකොට නිර්මාණය වෙලා තිබෙනවා.
Getting back to more local news now, a group of parents protested against Minister of Indigenous Medicine Salinda Dissanayake today. The minister had to face this situation when he participated in an event in the Ibbagamu Model College today.
The Ibbagamu Model School has been earmarked to be developed under the 1000 Secondary Schools program. As one phase of this development, the foundation stone was laid today for a new building which will house the school's laboratory. Parents, however, began a demonstration even before the minister's arrival at the school. The parents say that their children will be severely inconvenienced as a result of the primary section of the school being shut down. A reporter stated that despite the protests of the parents, the minister laid the foundation stone for the new laboratory. We will make this a secondary school. 5 other schools in this area have been provided the facilities for primary education. You must remember this. If you thought that you could come here, picket and make me change my mind, then I must tell you that there isn't a group as foolish as you are. Unlike you, we are not people who hid in fear when gunshots are fired. We are people who faced it. You cannot come here and hold up nonsensical posters and sway me. I will not make this a primary school. Remember that.
Deputy Leader of the United National Party, Sajith Premadasa, attended a public rally in the Kinya area today.
The rally was held to support UNP candidates contesting the upcoming Eastern Provincial Council elections. There are 2 education ministers in this government. They are so intelligent that they have destroyed the entire education sector. These ministers have made the children helpless once again through the recalculation of the Z scores. The president then tells the same minister who put the children into this mess to compile a report to fix the issue.
Chairman of the Federation of University Teachers Associations, Dr. Nirmal Ranjit Devasiri, says that the trade union action launched by the university teachers is continuing.
Dissanayake මැතිතුමා ප්‍රකාශ කරලා තිබුණා අද සේවයට වාර්තා කරන්න කියලා නිවේදනයක් මගින්.
SB Dissanayake has issued a release calling on us to report to work today. We rejected this request. None of our members reported to work today. If they want to stop our trade union action, what the political officials as well as the minister needs to do is grant our demands or at least reach an agreement on them. They should not issue releases ordering us to return to work. Such demands have no basis. Therefore, our trade union action continues.
Issuing a media release recently, Minister SP Dissanayake requested all university teachers to report to work today, taking into consideration the future of the university students. According to the release, the minister made this request on behalf of the government. The release also noted that the academic activities of university students have been hampered as a result of the trade union action, adding that the new intake of students has also been delayed.
Results of the 2011 AL examination released for the first time. 61.09% passed the examination. Problems arise over the results. Problems over district and national rankings. Results are amended. Problems continue over results. A fundamental rights petition filed in the Supreme Court challenging the results. Results are amended for the 3rd time. Revised Z scores released. 6 days more for the 2012 GCE AL examinations. Is there sufficient time for students who sat the 2011 AL examinations and are preparing to sit a 3rd time in 2012? what will happen to the 2012 results? Both education ministers are still in their seats.
Well, up next is a look at the newspaper cartoon of the day.
Now, UNP parliamentarian Ravi Karunanayake says that the United National Party will commence the journey to rebuild the country after clinching victory at the Eastern Provincial Council elections. Now, he made this statement during a function held in the Ampara area yesterday. A meeting was held in the Ampara area to create awareness among grassroots level members of the United National Party. UNP national organizer Daya Gamage and parliamentarian Ravi Karunanayake were the chief guests at the meeting.
Communist Pakshe, LSSP.
What is left in the government when you take away parties such as the Communist Party of D.W. Gunasekara, the LSSP of Tissa Vitarana and the party of Vasudeva Nanayakkara? As Bipala said, there is no longer any room for true SLF peers. They have the executive, the Prime Minister, Parliament, provincial councils and Pradesha Sabhas. So they took people from our party and also joined up with the SLMC as well as Thondaman's party. Because they cannot do anything. This is why the SLFP members are saying that this is amazing.
The vehicular procession of the Adivale festival of the Sammankodu Sri Khadirvelayuda Kovil in Colombo commenced today. The Adivale festival holds a prominent place among Hindu festivals observed in Colombo.
The vehicular procession carrying the statue of God Skanda commenced with religious observances at the Sri Khadirvelayuda Swami Kovil down First Cross Street, Petta. The Ther festival at the Sri Khadirvelayuda Swami Kovil dates back over 200 years. Hindu devotees in Colombo and the north and east have been participating at the Adivale ceremony in Kathragama for many years. History points out that the English rulers halted the Adivale procession with the beginning of the Second World War owing to an outbreak of cholera. However, with the Board of Trustees of the Sri Khadirvelayuda Swami Kovil deciding on the need to hold the Adivale festival in Colombo to grant an opportunity for those in the city to engage in religious observances, the festival has been held in Colombo ever since. After 2 days of special pujas at the Kovil in Bambalapitiya, the vehicular procession carrying the statue of God Skanda will return to the Sri Khadirvelayuda Swami Kovil down First Cross Street, Petta on Thursday.